What if I told you that the next global war might not begin with missiles, but with a roll of the dice? That before a single bullet is fired, military leaders are already locked in battle, on a map, surrounded by experts, playing a game where every move could mirror reality. This isn't fiction. It's the war game that could shape the future of the Taiwan Strait, and possibly the world. I'm Johnny Harris, and today I'm standing on a giant map inside CNA, a think tank that advises the US military about to simulate what could become the most dangerous military standoff of our time, China invading Taiwan. I'll be playing the role of China's leader. Across the table, Sam, creator of our channel Search Party, will step into the shoes of the US president. It's been 90 days since my forces landed in Taiwan. Now it's his move, and the world is watching. But before we get into the chessboard of geopolitics, you might be wondering, why are serious war strategists, people who consult for top militaries, rolling dice and pushing wooden blocks? Why play games about something as deadly as war? The answer is both surprising and urgent. War games are one of the cheapest, most powerful tools we have to think clearly before it's too late. Militaries have used war games to simulate everything from World War II to Vietnam to Iraq, and now potential conflict over Taiwan. The stakes? Control of global trade, regional dominance, and peace in the Pacific. I wanted to find out what really happens in these high-stakes simulations. So I asked CNA if I could join one, and they said yes. So here we are. A massive map sprawled beneath my feet, a room full of military experts, and a scenario that mirrors today's headlines. In this game, I have already invaded Taiwan. Now, as China's leader, my mission is to hold it and make the US think twice before responding. Sam is across the board, already deep in conversation with his advisors. I begin calculating, how can I isolate Taiwan without drawing direct retaliation? Can I exploit America's global responsibilities to stretch them thin? The psychological tension is real, and this is still just a game. I decide to build a blockade around the island, using my geographic advantage to tighten control. It's a silent message. Getting in won't be easy, and getting out will cost you. But my mind is racing. The US has major military assets in Japan and South Korea. Will Sam exploit that proximity? Can I shut it down before they become threats? Then comes the surprise. I'm emotionally invested. My pulse rises. I can feel Sam's outrage at my invasion. I feel anxious about his retaliation. This game doesn't just simulate strategy, it simulates emotion. Suddenly it's my turn to act. But first, a quick thank you to today's sponsor, Incogni, a service that scrubs your private data off shady broker lists and protects your digital identity. Back on the map, I go all in. I deploy a massive naval presence around Taiwan and move even more troops onto the island. My message is clear, I'm here to stay. Sam, meanwhile, considers a different approach, an economic one. He decides not to strike militarily. Instead, he targets my lifeblood, oil. The US Navy starts choking off my access to key shipping routes, effectively starving my economy. And this is when it clicks. War isn't just about force, it's about narrative. So I launch my counter-narrative. I call out the US for lawless behavior. I paint them as a bully, threatening the free flow of commerce, destabilizing the global economy. And it's working. I redeploy ships near the Suez Canal close to Djibouti, where China has a base. Not to provoke, just to watch, just in case things get real. Meanwhile, the adjudicators, the neutral game referees, begin evaluating how neighboring countries might respond to this crisis. We roll dice. The result? A split. Some countries back the US, others are undecided or even lean toward China. This ambiguity feels eerily real. Even in the game, we can't count on full support. It's an active debate. And now it's personal. As we regroup, I begin to realize just how valuable this kind of simulation is. War games have been around for thousands of years, but never has the urgency felt quite like this. From ancient times to the Prussians to modern militaries today, leaders play these games to understand the chaos of war before stepping into it. So why do we play games about war? Because making decisions under pressure, when lives, economies and nations hang in the balance, is the hardest thing a leader can do. War games offer a rare chance to test ideas, predict reactions, and understand consequences without the cost of real bloodshed. And if there's one thing I'm taking away from this experience, it's this. War isn't won by firepower alone. It's won by preparation, narrative, and understanding the enemy before the enemy understands you. End screen CTA. If you found this simulation eye-opening, imagine what other global crises are already being gamed out behind closed doors. Subscribe to follow the stories behind the strategy and drop a comment below. What move